60 minutes, gentle yoga, just a set of blocks if you have them. You can also use pillows or books, and then a strap if you like for some additional stretching. We're actually going to start laying on our back today. Option to place a block underneath your hips, and you can lay back. You can bring your palms up towards the ceilings, pinkies end. You can extend your legs long, letting your toes fall open. You can also bend your knees, bringing your feet hip width apart and parallel, just letting your hips fall into that block. Of course, if that block becomes distracting under your hips, you can always set it off to the side. You can also butterfly your feet together, bringing your soles of your feet to touch. Again, with or without that block. Hands by your side. You're also welcome to bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Focusing here on your breath. Deep inhales, filling the belly, ribs, lungs, hold at the top. Exhale through your mouth, ribs, and belly. Maybe set an intention for class this evening. Maintain that breath, deep inhales, deep exhales, filling the belly all the way to the top. Letting out every last breath. After your next full exhale, seal your lips, breathing in and out through your nose. Still belly, ribs, and lungs. Hold at the top. With your lips sealed, exhale through your nose, lungs, ribs, and belly. One more breath just like that. Pulling it all the way to the top. After your full exhale, if you have a block, go ahead and bend your knees if they're extended or butterfly open. Lift your hips to remove that block and rock yourself up to a seated position. You are also welcome to place that block under your hips here. We're going to come into easy pose. Again, option to have a seat on your block if you'd like to open up your hips slightly more. You can also always just take a seat on the floor, butterflying your knees open. You can sit crisscross applesauce, soles of your feet to touch. Placing your hands on the tops of your thighs, maybe close your eyes. Focusing again on that same breath, deep inhales. And exhale through your nose. One more just like that. Staying up tall over the crown of your head, shoulders stacked directly over your hips. After your next full exhale, bring your hands by your side, your arms up high overhead. Palms facing in, bend the elbows, lift your gaze, cactus the arms. Put your fingertips nice and wide. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows, gaze lifts. One more time, inhale, gazes forward. Exhale, draw your elbows down. Imagine that you have a pencil between your shoulder blades, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Fingertips are open. Inhale, lift your arms up high overhead, gaze comes forward. We're going to reach our right hand down to the floor. You're also welcome to take it to a block. Left arm reaches up high overhead, left bicep to left ear. Counting through center, both arms high up overhead. You're welcome to take that block with you, place it over to the left side. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches high overhead, right bicep to right ear. Come back through center, arms go up high overhead. Right hand down to the floor or to a block. We're going to bend the left elbow, extend your fingertips nice and wide. And extend your left arm, left bicep to left ear. Cartwheel up. Arms up overhead, left hand down to the floor or to a block, right bicep to right ear. Bend your elbow, cactus your right arm, and extend. Come back to the right side, right hand down to the floor or block. Left arm comes up high overhead. Bend your left elbow and extend. This time we're going to rotate our body to face our right hand and then gently release your left pinky towards your right thumb. Keep that extension. Draw your left arm out around full semicircle. Left hand comes down to the floor or to a block. Right arm comes up high overhead. Right bicep to right ear. Bend your right elbow. Cactus your right arm. And extend. Right bicep to right ear. Rotate to face towards your left fingers. Your right pinky comes down towards your left thumb. They do not have to touch. From here, hold that extension of your side body and draw your right arm out long in front. Full wide circle. Keep your arms up high overhead. Bring your right hand down to the floor or to the block. From here, your right ear comes towards your right shoulder. We're going to hold that extension as we rise up. Extend your left arm long. Keep your right hand down to the floor. Bring your left palm facing up. Keep that placement of your right ear towards your right shoulder. Lower your left hand down to the floor, palms facing up, pinky outward. From here, draw a big circle, slow and controlled. Up, back, and down. Keep it going, full circles. That's it. One more in the same direction. Then we're going to flip it in reverse and do the exact same circle in the opposite direction. Once you get back to that starting position with your pinky down towards the floor, reverse it. Left arm back, up, and around. One more circle. Take my car. Take my car. One more full circle here, up and forward. From here, release your hand down towards the floor. Place your right hand to your left ear, still keeping that connection with your right ear and your right shoulder. We're going to press our head gently in towards our right hand as you actively press your hand down. And release. Press down. And release. One more time. Press down, your left fingertips stretching long towards the floor. And release. Release your right hand down by your side, stacking your head directly on top of your shoulder, your arms up high overhead. Bend your elbows as you cactus your arms, lift your gaze for 3. Gaze comes forward, arms comes high overhead, palms facing in. Bend your elbows, palms facing out. Spread your fingertips wide. Gaze comes forward, arms up. One more time. Bend your elbows, lift your gaze. Hold it here for the exhale. Inhale, lift your arms up high. We're going to bring our left hand down the floor or a block, right bicep to right ear, stretching over that left side body. Rise up. Hands come up high overhead, palms facing in. Release your right hand down to the floor or to a block. Left bicep to left ear as you stretch over that right side body. Come back up. Left hand releases down to the floor or block. Right bicep to right ear. Hold it here. Cactus that right hand. Full extend. Right bicep to right ear. Rise up. Both arms up high overhead. Release your right hand down to the floor or to a block. Left bicep to left ear. Bend your left elbow. Hold it here. And extend. Come back through center. Release your left hand down to the floor or to a block. Right bicep to right ear. Bend your right elbow. Go ahead and extend. Exhale as you bring your right pinky towards your left thumb. hold that extension with your right hand. Draw it long out in front, full semicircle. Hold that extension. Release your right hand down to the floor or to a block. Left arm comes up high overhead, left bicep to left ear. Bend your left elbow. Fingertips are wide. Extend. As you extend, rotate your body towards your right hand, releasing your left pinky towards your right thumb. Extend your left arm out long in front. All right, plant your left hand to the floor or block, right bicep to right ear. Connect your left ear towards your left shoulder. We're going to rise up here, hold that connection, stack your shoulders over your hips. Keep your left hand just where it's at. We're going to release our right hand down to the floor, palm is facing up. From here, release your right hand down close towards the floor. Pinky is forward, thumbs are back. From here, draw your arm back and up. Full, big circle. Keep that connection with your left ear and your left shoulder. 3 full circles, coming back to your starting position. Maintain that connection, left ear to left cheek. You can also release your left hand to your right ear, holding that connection. 1 more full circle here. Once you bring your fingertips back towards the floor, we're going to reverse that direction. Draw your palms up. Once you get to the top, begin to arch that circle back and down. 2 full circles. Feeling that stretch all along the right side of your neck. 1 more full circle. From here, release your right hand down to the floor. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your right ear if you don't already have it there. We're going to gently press our left hand in towards our right ear as we actively press our head away from our shoulders. Press and release. 2 more. Gentle pressure here. And release. 1 more. And then releasing your left hand, lift your head back to center. Release both hands down to the floor. Bring your chin to your chest. And draw your gaze up towards the ceiling. Nape of your neck towards your spine. 1 more time, chin to chest. Come back up. Come back to center. Bring your right ear to right shoulder. Come through center, left ear, left shoulder. Back to center, right side, and left side. All right, come back through center. Bring your hands in front of your knees. Lift your hips up. If you have that block, go ahead and set it off to the side. We're going to come into our tabletop position, stacking your knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. From here, tuck your toes, hammock your belly down, lift your gaze, deep inhale, coming into cow. Untuck your toes, scoop and arch, round your spine up towards the ceiling, gaze towards the tops of your thighs or your navel, deep exhale. Inhale as you come through, tuck your toes, hammock your belly, lift your gaze. Come through neutral spine, untuck your toes, round your spine. 1 more of each, tuck your toes, inhale, gaze up. As you come through cat, untuck your toes, round your spine. Come back to center, neutral spine, your back is flat. We're going to tuck our toes, pressing the balls of your feet in towards the floor, and just press your hips back, stretching the back side of your feet and your calves. Come back to center. From here, untuck your toes. Walk your fingertips towards the outer edge of your mat. Spiral your elbow creases in and rocking side to side here. Come Come back to center, spiral your fingertips in towards your knees at any degree. You're welcome to hold it here. If you'd like a deeper stretch, rock your hips forwards and backwards. Come back to center. Flip your fingertips back to the top of your mat. Flip your right palm up toward the ceiling. Left palm stays down. You're welcome to hold it here. If you'd like, maybe rocking forwards and backwards. Maybe rocking side to side if that feels good to you today. Come back to center. Flip your right palm down to the floor. Left palm flips up towards the ceiling. Same thing, options to hold it here if you'd like. Maybe rock your hips forwards and backwards. Maybe left to right, right to left. And coming back to center, flip your left palm down to the floor. Walk your hands up, palm print forward. We're going to tuck our toes, lift our hips, coming to our first downward facing dog this evening. Maybe pedal your heels, lifting and lowering one at a time. For the tops of your thighs, biceps frame your ears. Maintain the same breath as when we started. Lowering both the heels towards the floor. Lift both of your heels super high, coming to your highest tippy toes. Lower your heels over to the right side, feeling that deep sensation all along the right side body. Lift your heels, lowering them over to the left side. Coming back through center. This time lowering your heels down towards the floor. We're going to flow from downward facing dog to upward facing dog. You're welcome to come through tabletop if you'd like. So with your hands planted, your toes are grounded from here, flowing through upward facing dog. Press your hips down and downward facing dog. Let's do that 3 more times. You're welcome to lower your knees, coming through tabletop. Untuck your toes, pressing your hips down. Coming back through tabletop, tuck your toes, lifting your hips up. 2 more times just like that, and we're going to come back to downward facing dog. 1 more, flowing here with your breath. Coming through tabletop or upward facing dog directly. Alright, once you get there, hold in downward facing dog, pedal the heels. From here, we're going to lift that right leg high, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hips, circle out your right ankle, maybe gazing under your left arm towards that right foot. Kick your right leg straight back, 3-legged dog. Draw your knee to your nose, deep inhale. Take your leg back on the exhale, 3-legged dog. Knee to same elbow. Kick it back. Knee to opposite elbow. Kick it back. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, releasing your left knee to the floor or to blocks. You can also place your wrist or your hands on blocks if you'd like at any height. So your right toes are to the outside of your right foot. Your toes are facing towards 2 o'clock. Your left knee is lowered, coming into lizard. We're going to press the hips back, hips towards your heels. Straighten your right leg, press forward, deep into that right knee. 3 more times, press the hips back, flex the right toes, and then press it forward. Warming up those hip flexors here in lizard. 1 more time, hips to heels, and then press it forward, holding here and breathing. You're welcome to keep your upper body upright. You can also place those blocks at any height, coming down onto your forearms, allowing you to rock on the outer right edge, that knife edge of your right foot. Holding here and breathing. You're also welcome to tuck your left toes, hover your left knee if you'd like. This is a wonderful hip opener. You can also place the block underneath your left knee if you'd like. Just holding and breathing. On your next inhale, gently walk your hands under your shoulders. Leave your left hand under your left shoulder or on the block. Place your right hand to the inside of your right knee and then just gently pressing your right knee open, gazing, looking over your right shoulder. If you would like a deeper stretch, this is when a strap would come in handy. Always at the beginning of my practice, I always have to use a strap. For this, we're going to place the strap around your left foot. And we're going to pull that left heel in towards your glutes, opening up that left quad. Maybe gazing, looking over your shoulder. You can also always keep that left leg extended. Just a few options here. Wherever you're at, holding and breathing. One more deep inhale. Holding it for the exhale. From here, tuck your left toes. We're going to lift that right leg high, three-legged dog. And then lower your right leg, coming back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Let's repeat that same thing on the left side. Lowering both of your heels to the floor, biceps frame your ears. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Flex your left toes. Bend your left knee, stack your hip. Maybe circle out your left foot, gazing out underneath your right armpit. Straighten that left leg, kick it straight back, flex the toes. Draw your knee to your nose, round your spine. Kick it back. Draw your left knee to your left elbow. Kick it back. Left knee to right elbow. Kick it back. Left knee to the outside of your left wrist. Really release that right knee to the floor, untuck your toes. You can also lower that right knee towards the floor or a block or hold it lifted. From here with your hands on the floor, you can also place them on blocks directly under your shoulders. We're going to press the hips back, straighten that front left leg. Press the hips forward. This is a wonderful stretch if you just pulled your left heel in toward your left glute. Press it forward 2 more times. Forward. On your next one, hold it forward. Again, same options here. You can keep your hands on the block at any height, at any setting, directly under your shoulders. You can also come down onto your forearms. You're welcome to tuck your right toes, lifting your right knee off of the floor, hovering that right leg. Your left toes are facing towards 10 o'clock, opening up that left hip. Holding here and breathing. On your next inhale, walk your hands under your shoulders, either on a block or on the floor. Gently place your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Tilt to the outer knife edge of your left foot, gently gazing over your left shoulder. Allowing your left hip to open up even more. You are welcome to hold it here if you would like. You can draw that right heel in towards your glute, reach back with your left hand. You can also always place a strap around your left foot, bringing that in towards you, stretching your right quad. If you have that right foot towards your heel, gently release it back down to the floor. You have that strap. Go ahead and set it off to the side. All right, from here with your wrists directly under your shoulders, tuck your right toes, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog, and then lower your left leg, pedal your heels. So this is a no chaturanga flow today. We're gonna have fun with it. You can also always hold it in tabletop instead of downward facing dog, or keep your hips high in downward facing dog. Holding and breathing. All right, let's come into our fun flow. Lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hips, circle out your right ankle, square out your hips. From here, step your foot in between your hands. I'm going to use blocks here. Stepping your right foot in between your hands, release your left knee down. So we're coming into a low lunge. From here, holding and breathing. We're going to keep our left hand down to the inside of our right foot. Reach your right arm high. You can also release it down to the floor. Pulling that hinge forward. We're going to roll up, shoulders stacked over your hips. Tee out your arms. Kneeling, warrior two. And we're going to reverse it. Bring your right hand down to the floor. You can also place it onto that block. Left arm comes up high. Draw both arms up high towards the ceiling. Square out your hips. Release your left hand back down to the inside of your right foot. Release your right hand down, so framing your right foot. We're going to straighten and bend into that right knee. Two more. On the next one, we're going to hold that leg straight, rolling up. Lift your right arm high, kneeling pyramid. From here, tee out the arms. Keep that front right leg straight. Hold your balance here. And then reverse. Bring your arms back. It's my garden. Cartwheel your hands down. Bend into your front right knee. Tuck your right toes. Lift your right leg high. Lower your right leg. So instead of coming through chaturanga, meet back in downward facing dog. Let's repeat that same thing on the left side. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stacking your top hip over your bottom. Square out your hips, extend your left leg. Draw your knee to your nose, round your spine to tuck that knee in close, and then release your foot in between your palms. You can always hold your blocks here. What are you barking for? You can always hold it here, keeping your right hand to the inside of your left foot or on a block, and then reaching your left arm high. You can lower that back knee, untuck your toes. Rise up, tee out the arms, right arm forward, left arm back. From here, reverse, holding that back knee down, front knee is lifted. Your left hand to the back side of your right thigh, or to a block, or to your calf. Cartwheel, bringing your right hand down, left arm up, and then bring your left arm down. Frame your left foot just where we started. From here, we're going to straighten that left leg, Press the hips back. Draw the hips forward, bend into that front left knee. 2 more times. Press the hips back. And forward. Press it back. And forward. All right, we're actually gonna press it back one more time. We're gonna hold that left leg straight from here. We're gonna keep our right hand down, left arm reaches up high. You can keep that right foot flat or tuck your toes. Holding and breathing. Rise up, tee out your arms. You get the weebles and wobbles, that's okay. Release your left hand down, right arm up. Then cartwheel your hands down, bend into your front left knee, framing your left foot. Lift your right leg, kick your left leg high, three-legged dog. Lower down, pedal your heels. All right. Move that breath to move it. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your knee to your nose. Step your foot down, release your back knee. Release your right arm high. Tee out the arms. Back knee is down, front knee is lifted. Reverse. Deep inhale. Exhale to cartwheel down, framing your right foot. We're going to straighten and bend. 3. And 2. All right, on the next one, we're going to hold that right leg straight. We're going to lift up, keep your left hand down to the floor. Right arm up, hold that right leg straight. Reverse, tee out your arms, right hand down, left arm up. Beautiful. Bend into your right knee, cartwheel down. Framing your right foot, tuck your left toes, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. And lower, pedal the heels. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your hip. Square out your hip. Draw your knee to your nose. Step it down in between your palms. Release your right knee, untuck your toes. Lift your left arm high towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. Exhale as you stack your shoulders. Arms out to a T. And reverse, left arm down, right arm lifted. Cartwheel down, framing your front left foot. Hold it here, hands to the floor, blocks. Press it back. And forward. Inhale to press the hips back. Exhale, press it forward. All right, on the next one, we're gonna hold the hips back. Hold that left leg straight. Keep your right hand down to the floor or on a block, the inside of your left foot. Reach your left arm high. Come up, tee out your arms. Bring your left hand down. This side's always a doozy. Right arm lifted. All right, cartwheel down, bend into that front left knee. Tuck your right toes, lift your left leg high. Lower the leg, pedal the heels. All right, one more time on each side. You got this. Lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend, stack your hip. Square out your hips, flex your right toes. Draw your knee to your nose, step it down. Release your left foot, untuck your toes, left hand to the floor or block inside your right foot. Right arm reaches up. Tee out your arms. Reverse, right hand down, left arm up. Rise back up. Cartwheel down, framing your right foot. We're going to straighten and bend. Press it forward. Bring it back. And forward. All right, on the next one, hold it back. Hold that right leg straight, commit to it. Left hand down, right arm lifts. Kneeling pyramid, kneeling triangle. Bring that right hand down. Crawl your left arm up. Hold your balance. Bend into that front right knee. Tuck your left toes, lift up. Step your right leg down. Pedal it out. Left leg lifts high. Three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your hips. Scratch your hips, extend your left leg, draw your knee to your nose. Step it down in between your palms, release your right knee, untuck your right toes. Right hand to the inside of your left foot on the floor on a block, left arm reaches up high. Rotate up, tee out your arms. Reverse. Left hand to the back side of your right leg or to a block, right arm reaches up high overhead. Cartwheel down, both hands framing your left foot. Straighten your left leg, draw your hips back. Press it forward. Draw your hips back. And forward. All right, on the next one, we're gonna hold the hips back. That left leg stays straight. From here, keep your right hand to the inside of your left foot on the floor on a block. Left arm reaches up high. Deep inhale. Exhale as you rise up. Left hand to the floor or to a block. Right arm reaches up high. Commit to it. Cartwheel down, bend to your front left knee. Tuck your right toes, lift your left leg high, feel like a dog. Release your left knee, pedal out your heels. All right, release your knees, gently down to the floor. From here, release your left or right hip. Oh, nope. Stay here. In tabletop, we're gonna tuck our toes. We're gonna come back to downward facing dog. Wanna do one more thing with our stretch. Lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee. Keep that bend and then draw your right knee towards your right wrist and scoot your left leg back. So we're coming into half pigeon. Untuck your left toes once you have it nice and scooted. You can always place a block under your right hip. Option to walk your hands to center, squeeze your left glute, lift your gaze, open up that left hip. You can also rock it forward. You're welcome to place your hands on blocks at any time. Coming down to your forearms. If you'd like a deeper hip stretch, personally, one of my favorites, I like to rock my hips side to side. Hips over to the right. You don't have to tap your hip in either direction. And back. Draw them over. And back. If you prefer, thread the needle. Lift your left arm high. Draw it under and through the right side body. Maybe placing your left ear or your left cheek on the floor. Holding and breathing. You can also bind your right hand around towards your left hip crease. You can extend your right arm out long if you'd like. Many options here. Next, inhale, gently release your right hand under your right shoulder. If you had it binded or extended, press up. Release your hands back under your shoulders. From here, we're going to lean back onto that right hip, trying to keep this left leg straight. We're going to roll it in front. Bring it in front. Your left leg is straight. We're going to lift and lower for 3 and 2. That's 1. Release that left leg down. Right foot to the inside of your left leg. You are welcome to grab a strap if you'd like. Place it around the sole of your left foot and hinge forward. You can also bring your left hand to the outside of your left hip. Reach your right arm high and reach it to the outer knife edge of your left foot and then pull yourself forward. To deepen the sensation, bring your forehead closer towards your knee and bend into that right elbow. To lessen the sensation, use that strap. You can keep your right arm straight. You can also bend into that left knee. From here, cartwheel up. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right hip. Left arm comes up high. We're going to come into Stargazer. Pressing your hips up. Right knee down. Left foot is down. Extend your left arm out in front. Release your hips down. Coming back. Bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Sweep your left leg around. Coming back to where we started in pigeon. Tuck your left toes. Lift your right leg high. Three-legged dog. Few options here. You can hold it, bending that right knee, drawing some hip circles. You can flip your dog, coming into wild thing. Release that right foot to the outer edge of your left hip until it hits the floor, and then press your hips up. Extend your right arm forward, past the crown of your head. Come back. If you flipped your dog, come back to three-legged dog. Release your right hand down. Pedal out your heels. Let's repeat that same thing on the left side. Lovely stretches here. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your left hip over your right. Hold that bend in the knee, and then draw that left knee towards your left wrist. Releasing your right knee to the floor or to blocks. We're going to tuck that right foot and scoot that right leg as far back as you can. Untuck your toes. You are welcome to hold it here. You can take blocks and lift up. If you like to lessen the sensation, roll forward to deepen that sensation. Lift your chest up, squeeze your right glute to open up your right hip. You're welcome to hold it here if you'd like. You can also hinge forward, bringing your hands or forearms to the floor or to blocks. Just holding and breathing, whatever is comfortable for you. If you'd like that same hip stretch that we did on the right side, we're going to rock to the outer left hip, come back through center, rock to the right hip, back to center. Just rocking side to side here. Come back to center if you like. Thread the needle, lift your right elbow high, draw it under and through the left side body, placing your right ear cheek to the floor. You are welcome to keep your left hand exactly where it's at. You can also extend it out long in front, or you're welcome to bind it around towards your right hip crease. Open up your left shoulder, right ear cheek to the floor, maybe to a block. On your next exhale, if you have your left arm extended or binded, gently release it back down under your left shoulder. Press yourself up. Walk your hands in on the floor or to blocks. We're going to lower our left hip, trying to keep that right leg straight. I have room on this side. We're going to sweep that right leg in front, lower that right leg. Sole of your left foot to the inside. From here, hands to prayer. We're going to lift for 3. Hold it lifted. 2 and 1. All right, release that right leg down. From here, release your right hand to the outside of your right hip. Left arm reaches up high overhead. Hinge forward, grabbing the outer edge of your right foot. You can also grab that strap, pulling yourself towards your foot. Think about bringing your knee towards your nose, heart towards your thigh. Maybe reaching the crown of your head towards your toes. Same options here to deepen that sensation. You can bend into your elbow, pressing the crown of your head closer towards your toes. To lessen that sensation, you can straighten that arm, use the strap, or bend into that right knee. Whatever is comfortable for you today. Maybe noticing one side's different than the other. Wherever you're at, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Gently roll up. Sweep your left arm behind your left hip. Release your right hand up towards the ceiling. Press your hips up, coming onto your left knee and right foot. On your next exhale, release your hips down, lowering your right hand down to the floor. Bring your hands back in front. Draw that right leg straight back. Coming back to our half pigeon, tuck your right toes, hands directly under your shoulders, lift your hips up, three-legged dog. You're welcome to keep it here, bending your left knee, maybe circle out your ankle, circle out your hips. If you'd like to flip your dog, coming into wild thing, keep the bend in that left knee, and then draw that left foot so far that you flip your hips over, keeping your hips lifted. Extend your left arm past the crown of your head. Hold your hips high. If you flipped your dog, come back. Place your left hand on the floor. Pedal those heels. All right, now we can release our knees, coming to tabletop. Lower your left or right hip to the floor. Having a seat on the floor, make sure you grab a block with you. Your feet are flat. Knees are bent. Extend your arms out in front. From here, lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. From here, with your feet still flat on the floor, draw them closer in towards your glutes. To grab that block on its lowest setting, lift your hips up and place that block on its lowest setting directly under your hips, lowering your hips down, just feeling yourself falling in towards that block, in towards the earth. You are welcome to keep it here. You can extend your legs or bring the soles of the feet to touch, butterflying your knees open, just as we did in the beginning of class. If you'd like to do an elevated legs up the wall, lifting one leg at a time up towards the ceiling, maybe lifting your hands, point, flex, circle out your wrists, circle out your ankles. Here, releasing one leg at a time or both together, hands come down by your sides. With both feet pressed into the floor, lift your hips, slide that block out from underneath your hips, set it off to the side, release your hips down. We're going to repeat the same thing without the block, so lift your legs up high, lift your arms toward your toes, point, flex, circle out your ankles, circle out your wrist, everything moving, all class. Keeping your spine in towards the floor. Keep your legs lifted, bend your knees, grabbing the outer edge of your feet. You can grab the back side of your thighs. You're also welcome to use that strap around your feet, pulling them in towards you. You can also grab the back side of your hamstrings if you would like. Coming into happy baby, maybe rolling side to side if that feels comfortable in your body today and in your practice. Come back to center. Keep your right knee in towards your right shoulder, avoiding your rib cage. Grab your right knee directly under your knee, just on your calf or your shin. Extend your left leg long. Flex your left toes, point, flex, circle out your right ankle. Your shoulders are pulled in towards the floor. With your left hand, grab the outer edge of your right knee. So I lift your hips up and draw them over to the right side. Release your right hand by your right hip. And then gently pull your right knee across the left side of your body. Maybe placing that right knee on a block. You can also just hover in space. You can extend that right leg. You can look over your right shoulder. Maybe extend your arm out to a broken T. Maybe bend your right elbow, palm facing up. Half cactus. Come back to center. Center out your hips. Keep your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Circle out your right hip. Reverse the direction. And switching sides, extend your right knee long. Flex your right toes. Draw your left knee in towards your left shoulder, avoiding your rib cage. Point, flex, circle out your left ankle. You're just grabbing beneath your left knee, just on your shin. With your right hand, grab the outer edge of your right knee. Maybe lift your hips, draw them over to the left side ever so gently. Release your left hand by your left hip and pull your right knee across the right side of your body. You can place your left knee on a block or just hover in space. You can extend that leg if you have space. You can gently gaze over your left shoulder without forcing it. Maybe extend that left arm long. Maybe bend your elbow, palm is facing up. Come back through center. Square out your hips. Keep that left knee in towards your left shoulder. Circle out your wrists. Circle out your hip with your wrist. All right, from here, extend both of your knees in towards your chest. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Release your hands down by your side, pinkies in, thumbs out, palms facing up, and slowly lower your legs. The slower the better. Your lower back is zipped to that floor. Once you get there, let your heels touch the floor, toes fall open. Just letting everything relax, melting into your mat. To your breath. Taking up all the space that you need on your mat today. Deep inhales, strong exhales. Curl your knees into your chest, extend your arms long overhead. Roll yourself to your left or right side. Boxing out your top arm, gently pressing yourself up to a seated position. Maybe bringing the soles to tuck, maybe crisscross applesauce. Maybe bringing your hands on tops of your thighs. You're also welcome to have a seat on a block, just as when we started. Stacking your shoulders over your hips, lengthening your spine. Thank you all so much for allowing me to share my practice with you today and each and every day. Thank you all so very much. My name is Amanda. Namaste. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, your week, your month. Hope to see you all next time. Thank you.